It is distasteful, it is unacceptable for us to be displaying such indiscretion. What we appeal to the public to do, though, is to assist us in locating the suspect in this matter, Imani Lignot. He's of a 20 Crescent Road address. We ask you to assist us in locating him so that the death of Price Johnson does not go in vain. We thank you for the support, and we ask you, if by any chance you should see, heard of, or know of, feel free to reach out to 119 or call 832-9082. That's 832-9082.
Welcome to Jamaica Dancehall Source News and Entertainment with a Buzz. The voice that you just heard, the audio that you just heard, is of the police that is in charge of the case, as it pertains to that 14-year-old girl, Price Johnson, that lost her life. Somebody going her house, invaded her premises, invaded her body, and then used a hammer and used a knife and took away her life. She was rushed to the hospital, went through surgery, but it was not very successful. The damage had already been done. Well, people, based on what the police said, the neighbors had a CCTV camera and captured the person that is alleged person of interest / suspect in the case. If you look at the screen as I speak, this is the person that they saw on the camera. Now, people, this is my disclaimer. That is the person that the police is allegedly being the operative word, looking for. But you and I know when it comes to Jamaica, if and when anybody finds anybody that looks remotely like this individual, chances are that person is going to get the Tarzan and Jane and the little monkey type of justice. And if indeed he is the person that is responsible, then he definitely deserves it. But people, I just say, be mindful. Call the police, who are supposed to be the professional in this. Let them see, get a proper identification, make sure that this person is the right person, is the suspect, is responsible for taking away that little girl. Leave it in the hands of the law. However, I know it is going to probably fall on deaf ears if he falls in the wrong neighborhood, as in the neighborhood in which that 14-year-old girl lost her life. So people, like I said, this is the picture that I got. Cannot confirm, cannot verify, cannot validate. But he does not look like somebody of unsound mind. Then again, based on what we see going on in a real life and in the news and in a social media, we don't know who is mad from who is sane. Now, people, like I've always said, there are always three sides to every story. You heard from the mother, you heard from the family that this was done by a man of unsound mind. There was even a picture that I showed you that was posted to say that this person is the suspect. But the question we have to ask is, was this person a scapegoat to be blamed for somebody else to take the rap and possibly lose his life through jungle justice because them say him mad? Because based on information that I am getting, and people, I do not want you to quote me from this, based on what I was told, credible source, and based on what the mother said, and based on the commonsensical view of the whole thing, the mother claims that nobody heard, nobody came to the rescue of this little girl. The whole community silent. How nobody don't hear? In our garrison, so much people live, so much people don't go to work, so much people know everybody business. Nobody heard nothing, none at all. Nobody came to the assistance except for one person that claimed he or she tried and get licked in the hammer too. Based on the information, first we're hearing that it was a hammer, then we are here, so the police are say a STABBED, the little girl get stabbed up. Well, people, this is what I am hearing, and please don't quote me. I just want the police not to just Focus their direction on one person. Think wider. Think with a wider scope. Don't just have on blinkers in this investigation. Based on what I was told, the father lost his life under questionable circumstances a couple of years ago. Based on what I heard, this girl, even though she is 14, she is above her age. That means that she kind of force ripe. Based on what I heard, it is said that she used to date a gunman, a bad man from the era. She had to run away and go to the country. When she came back, that person still wanted to be in some sort of relationship with her, and she declined. People, if you look at this, yes, it could be the job of a madman, but it could also be the job of a crime of passion. People may just say, don't always read the big bold writing, also read the fine prints. I am not saying that it is so, but if it is not so, if I not so, it goes close to so. So I want the police to ask the mother or the person that claimed that the person also hit them in the head, and the person that furnished this picture of that youth, is this youth really a person of interest versus suspect, or is he a scapegoat? Point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news, it is called One Fool Makes Many. For the hype, for the relevance, for the spotlight, these dancehall artists are just like these TikTokers. They will do anything for the view, for the gram. Such is the case of an artist known as Skipper. He did a song that is known as 1DB4L. What that means, one daddy badness for life. There's a video, or there are a couple of videos circulating all over social media, playing on the screen as I speak, in which he went to the era in which that man was from, and he was paying respect, he was paying homage to that man, thick man that is. I told him, I don't know if he had any sorts of PR, proper representation, management, but I thought that this was a very bad idea. The views that you get, the attention that you get, the controversy and drama that is going to sell this song is also going to bring the wrong attention. Well, people, he got the attention that he definitely did not need. He has about 260-something views in about 4 to 5 days. Decent amount of views for a song, decent amount of views. However, he also got the attention of the JCF. If you look at your screen, that is his name on the top amongst a number of persons of interest that the police are looking for. So therefore, he got the interest that he need. Don't know if he got the interest that he wants. People, at the end of the day, like I said, you cannot be penny wise and pound foolish. You cannot look for the views and then get the backlash, the repercussion, get blacklisted to perform at a whole lot of concerts in Jamaica. The same thing that happened to that other artist that talked about use the beast and lick down police are ground. This man was saying that he was going to blaze up some can pan some lorry, pan the po pan the jeep. That was a bad idea, and that was obvious by the post that was made by the JCF. Now, people, like I said, the theme of this video is Don't This One Harder. Dancehall artist known as Kippridge, he did a dub plate. I think that this dub plate is old. I don't think that this dub plate was made after the DEATH of one daddy badness, that is Thick Man. However, he is also a person of interest. So like I said, a wise man learns from his mistake. A wiser man learns from the mistakes of others. A fool, a person that is a fallbacker, a person that is DEAD in his career, as in Kippridge, trying to find a hit song. It seems as if he is so desperate Don't know, like I said, if this video or audio is new. However, he knows that if he was going to play and ride the wave of Thick Man's deaths, then it is going to cause tongues to wag. It is going to cause him to be relevant again. And again, this individual got the attention that he did not need. Point blank and period.
Do your job and tell him why he's being arrested.
Tonight, authorities say they have busted fraudsters who targeted the elderly in a Jamaican lottery scam. Earlier today, 4 Jamaican nationals were arrested in Baldwin County. 6 more suspects have been identified.
The FBI says the suspects stole more than $200,000 from dozens of victims across the country. Today, we were there as 2 of the Jamaican lotto scam suspects, Malik Chambers and Jermaine Smith, were taken into custody in Foley.
Today, the FBI, in conjunction with our federal, state, and local partners, took down Operation Jamaican Nights. This crime syndicate consisted primarily of Jamaican nationals who were illegal.
According to this affidavit, unsealed this afternoon, a FedEx shipping center in Mobile intercepted cash deliveries from elderly victims of a Jamaica-based lottery scam in February of 2023. Victims were told they won the lotto and needed to pay taxes in the form of cash shipments in order to receive their winnings.
The victims of this syndicate were primarily elder fraud victims from throughout the United States. We saw victims all the way from Florida to California.
The FBI has identified more than 75 victims. The agency says the suspects, all Jamaican nationals, received more than $200,000 and more than 100 shipments of cash from those victims. Shipments were sent to addresses in Foley, Gulf Shores, and Orange Beach. The affidavit states portions of the stolen cash was withdrawn at ATMs in and around Westmoreland, Jamaica. To date, the affidavit states more than $180,000 has been intercepted and or recovered from various addresses linked to the suspects, most of which has been returned to the victims.
We've seen a very well documented increase in these elder fraud schemes throughout the country, where our elderly victims are suffering significant losses.
According to the affidavit, Chambers is here legally with a temporary B1, B2 visa that expires August 27th. And Smith is an overstayed former legal immigrant with an expired B1, B2 visa. Following an initial appearance in federal court in Mobile today, 3 of the defendants were ordered to be held in custody pending a detention hearing.
So the next thing that is popping in the news, based on the video, based on the audio that you just heard, is of a couple of Jamaicans that were busted for fraud. Mail fraud, lottery fraud, scamming. They are Malik Chambers, Jermaine Smith. Both of them from Jamaica. One of them visa expired. The next one visa expires in a couple of months. However, the end result is going to be the same. Both of those persons will never get a United States visa again for the rest of their natural life. So therefore, they are going to get time, and then they are going to be sent back home, deported from whence they came. Based on information, it is said that up to about 2023 people, that is about 3 years ago, these people, in an operation launched by the FBI known as Jamaican Nights, swindled 75 victims, all elderly American people, out of $200,000. They were traced through the postal system, through the ATM machine. It is said that the police, FBI, recovered at least $180,000 of that $200,000 that they have documented. You know that these people have been stealing more than that. However, in this latest case, this crackdown, they recovered maybe about 90% of the money. Based on the information, it is said that these youths have been swindling these people, scamming these people for years. They would make purses, send their money through the mail. They will then transfer that money through some ATM machine, through MoneyGram, through Western Union, hardly. So people, what we've seen is that these scammers have changed the strategy. They are now using purses in the United States and then make the elderly people mail the money to some post office box, some sorts of mailbox in the United States, and then they would send it to Jamaica through some ATM card or through some debit card. So people, here's the thing when it comes to lottery scamming. There is paper trail, there is trail to where the money is mailed off. Post office box. Somebody has to go to that post office and they have to register, they have to show a legal ID just to get that. So even if the people send the money, once the FBI can track and trace, which they will, which they did in this case, they will automatically link that PO box or that person to the scammers, and then everybody is going to be in the web of scammery. People have to understand that when it comes to Jamaica, JCF, when it comes to America, the regular police, not even mention the FBI, the federal agents, they will spend $1 billion to recover $1 just to make sure that you get the prison time, especially in this climate, wherein as soon as you do your prison time, you're going back to Jamaica from whence you came. Point blank and period. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like these, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. Bless up.